Hello, this is Rick Doyle with That They May Be One Ministries. I want to talk to you today about the greatest commandment Jesus gives us. He says, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And if you look at your hand, you can look at the relational side. You shall love the Lord your God. And the thumb is the thing that grips, it grabs that opposing thumb. And so that forms the relationship. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. That's the emotional side. And when you point at someone, it brings emotions. They think, hey, they're pointing at me, they're thinking about me. Or if you point at yourself, it brings about an emotion. The third finger, of course, we won't show it, but it can bring another response, which is the spiritual response. In fact, in our society, it represents an evil thing. And so you can look at the third finger as evil. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. The fourth one is with all your mind. And so as you do that, you remember. I wear my wedding ring, and it causes me to remember that I'm married. And the fourth finger can represent the mind. The fifth one is the physical self. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. And that physical self is actually the least necessary. You know, the physical self will all fade away one day. The spiritual self, the others will go on to live in eternity with God, and then He'll give us a new body. So the physical. But this represents the wholeness of a person. Being a whole person, there's 5 parts. The relational, the emotional, the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. And Jesus says those are the most important things to love God with. And the next is that you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That's the other hand, and we'll talk about that at another time. But use your hand to remember the great commandments, and get your hand out and lift it to Jesus.